Everybody, we're doing problem 2, page 149, section 4.8. Cameron and I are working this out together. So we're going to just see if we can figure this out. And Cameron said he started with, the first thing he did was he took, what did you say, Cameron? -3 times row 1. So I don't know, I'll write this over here or something. -3 times row 1, and then you added that to 3 times row 2. -3 times row 1, and you added that to row 2. No, row 2 times 2. Sorry. So Cameron, you did this, row 2 times 2, like that. Okay? So now what did we get when we do that? Let's see, -3 times row 1, so -3 times 2 is going to be -6 plus, so we get a 0 here. So that's going to put a 0 right there. Now keep in mind, my first row is going to stay the same, so nothing going to happen here. My last row is going to stay the same, not doing anything with this row. The only thing that's going to change here is row 2. Okay, so far so good. All right, now we're going to take -3 times row 1. I'm going to do the second column now, right? Column 2. -3 times row 1, so -1, and I'm going to add that to 5 times 2. So it's looking right, so 10, so 13. Looks like I'm getting 13. Does that look good? Okay. And then now let's do the next one. Let's do column 3 now. So -3 times -1, and we're going to add that to 1 times 2, 2. So it looks like I'm going to get 5. So far so good? The middle row should have been, okay, 5. And all right, and so now you're saying it's because it's going to be -3 times 7, and add that to 2 times -10, right? And that's because now I'm going to do this for column 4. And so it's going to be -21 plus -20, which is where you're going to get the -41. Do you think, Cameron, is that 13 right? Maybe I didn't do that right. It's going to be -1 times -3, and then we're going to add that to row 2, 5 times 2, which is 10. Yeah, I'm getting 13. And it's -41, right? -41. Can you... -41. Maybe I should do that a little clearer. It's -41. Okay, so we're good so far. All right, now what should we do? Okay, so we got the 0 there. Now let's get the 0 in the bottom, right over here where the 4 is. So what's going to be the rule? What do I have to do to go from here to my next matrix? Try to write these matrices as small as I can. I think can't -2 times row 1. Yeah, and add it to row 3. Exactly. That's what I would do. Yes, -2 times row 1 and add it to row 3. -2 and add it to row 3. Yep. Okay, so far everything's going to stay the same here, right? Everything's going to stay the same in the second row. 0, 13, 5, -41. And so now we just have to get, and hopefully we're going to get 0 right there, because that's the point. That's what we're trying to do. So -2, we're going to take -2 times row 1, 2, and we're going to add that to row 3, so we get 0. Yeah. Okay. And now we're going to take -2 times 0 and add it to 4. No, we're not. We're going to take -2. We're going to do the second column here. Sorry. We're going to take -2 times -1, and we're going to add that to -3. So 2 plus -3. So what do I get there? -1? Okay. And then you think you're going to get a 4? Cameron, have you double checked your work? So you're going to get 2 times -1. And now I'm in column 3 here, right? Column 3. 2 times -1, and I'm going to add that to 2. So I get a 0 here. Ooh, that's nice. Did I? It's 4? Wait, Cameron. Did I do something wrong? I probably did. We're going to get -2 Negative 2 times row 1, negative 1, and we're going to add that to row 3, 2. So I'm going to get 2, oh, you get 4. Yeah, okay. That's going to be positive 4. So thank you. And then you're going to get, right, and then the last one, just confirming your work there, because you think it's negative 10. Cameron thinks it's negative 10, so it's probably right. So it's going to be negative 2 times 7 plus 4, because I'm in the third column right now, right? Negative 2 times 7 and add 4, so I get negative 14 plus 4, so that's negative 10, yeah. All right, it takes so long to do these. All right, now what are we going to do? Now we've got 0, 0. Now we need a 0 right here. See, now I need a 0 right there. So what can I do next? Two plus 2 equals 4. Are you making fun of me over there? It's crazy how you can... Okay, multiply the top row by negative 1. Yeah, and add it to the bottom row. Can I do that? Yeah. Negative 1 times the top row and add it to the bottom row, row 3. Yep, let's do that. All right, and so the first row is going to stay the same. The second row is going to stay the same. I always like to put these in, so I just remember I'm not doing any of these. And the third row is going to stay 0 right here, because negative 1. No, Cameron, you can't do that, Cameron. Because see, look, if I do that, I'm going to get negative 1 times 2, and then I'm going to add that to... Then I'm going to add that to 0. See, then I'm going to get rid of that 0 there, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that. I think I need to use row 2. If I use row 2, it'll keep the 0 right here. So I definitely have to use a row 2 there. So if I take row 2 and add that to negative 1 times row 3, or no, not negative 1, to 13 times row 3. How about that? Oh, yeah, there. That's what you have. Okay. Yeah, row 2 plus 13 times row 3, yeah. Yep, that's going to be it. That's going to do it. Okay, so we'll take 0 plus 13 times 0, so that's why I get the 0, okay? And then 13 plus negative 13, then I get a 0 there. I just love it when I start to get a lot of zeros. It makes it so much easier. Then I'm going to take row 2, 5 plus 13 times 4, right? I'm in column 3 now here. Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, right? Column, column, column. So row 2 plus 13. Okay, anyway, what do I get there when I do that? 5 plus 13 times 4? I don't know. 57? Okay. I lost my pen. Okay, there it is, 57. And now let's do the last one over here, which is going to be 5 times negative 41. No, what am I doing? Sorry. I don't know why I did that at all. It's going to be row 2, negative 41, plus 13 times row 3, which is negative 10. Negative 41 plus 13 times negative 10. I don't know, what do we get there? Negative 171. Yeah, negative 171. Okay. All right, now I think I can just, I can just divide out a 1. Hopefully 171 can be divided by 57. 171 divided by 57 is 3. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to get 2, 0, 0, negative 1, 13, 0, negative 1, 5, 1, and then I get 7, negative 41, and negative 3 right over here. Okay, now it's looking a lot better. Negative 3. All right, now what do I do to the matrix? Oh my goodness, you know, it's just so long. Okay, I need to get a 0 right here where the 5 is. This is where I think I need my next 0, right? Right here. So what can I do? I don't know. Negative 5 times row 3. And I think we can add that. Negative 5 times row 3, and we can add that to row 2. Right? Negative 5 times row 3 and add that to row 2. Yeah. I like to end with the row 2. So because I know that it's row 2. Row 2 is going to be my row that's changing. So I just like to write it like that. So it's going to be negative 5 times row 3 and add it to row 2. So row 2 is the row that's changing. So it's going to be 2, negative 1, 7. Row 2 is changing. 0, 0, 1, negative 3. Okay, so let's see what it changes to. 5 times 0 plus 0 is 0. So that's going to stay 0. Good. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 13 is 13. That's going to stay 13. Okay, cool. This isn't too hard so far. It's not 5. It's actually negative 5. Then negative 5 times 1 plus 5 is 0. Oh, isn't this nice? That was so nice. It starts to get pretty easy after a while. And then negative 5 times negative 3 is 15. 15 plus negative 41. What do I get there? 15 plus negative 41. Negative 26. I don't know, Cameron, is that what you got? You got positive 26? Hang on. So I'm getting negative 5 times negative 3, and then I'm going to add negative 41. I got negative 26. Negative 26. Okay, it is negative 26. Okay. Now look here, Cameron. Now I can see that I can divide. You can see I can divide out. I'm going to erase all this up here because I'm going to come up here and work now. Okay. But anyway, I can divide out of that bottom matrix now, so I don't have to switch a paper and recopy things. Okay. So now let's see. I'm going to change this to 2, 0, 0. That's going to stay the same, but I'm going to divide a 13 out of that second row. So it's going to become 1, 0, 1, 0, and then it's going to be negative 1, 0, 1, and I get 7, negative 2, and negative 3. Okay. Now we have to get zeros up on that top row. Oh my goodness, this is so long. So have you found a mistake yet? So do you kind of see where maybe something went wrong? Because I think this is where we're at so far. I'm going to erase all this. Because I think that's where we're at so far. Now we mess with the top row. We're going to have to mess with it twice. We got zeros. We need zeros in 2 different places. So I think what we could do here, let's see, to get a 0, can we take row 3 and add it to row 1? That's not too bad. Row 3 plus row 1. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so let's do that. We get 2, 0, 0, because nothing's going to change all of these are going to stay the same. I'm not changing any of these rows right here. Negative 2, negative 3, right? I'm not changing any of these. So 0 plus 2, 0 plus negative 1 is still going to stay negative 1, and 1 plus negative 1 goes to 0, and that's nice. And then negative 3 plus 7 is 4. Just adding row 3 to row 1. All right, now what can I do? Now let's add row 2 to row 1. Can we do? Ah, so nice. Once it starts to get down here, it's not so bad. 2, 0, 0. So now it's row 1 that's going to change, and that's going to be 0, 1, 0, right? 0, 1. Let me just recopy these so I don't mess these up. I want to make sure I only change that top row. And then let's see. It's going to be that's not going to change. So let's see. And then negative 3 plus 4 is 1. There you go. So am I done then? Is that it? So I'm done. Don't I? X. I mean, I could divide a 2 out, I suppose. And so we get a fraction here. Is this the answer? Hopefully this is the answer. Well, it's not going to be 2 because 2x. I mean, I'd have to divide, if I divide a 1 out, so then I get, now I'm in reduced echelon form here, right? And 0, 0, 1, right? And then this would have to be 1/2, -2 and -3. And so it looks like to me, if we did this right, x is going to be 1/2, y is going to be -2, and z is going to equal -3. So it's going to be the ordered triplet 1/2. The intersection of these three planes is going to be this point in space. Is it negative? Is it going to be 1? Did I do something wrong there? That's what I'm getting, Cameron, unless I did it wrong, which I very well could have. Let's see, 2. Yeah, it should be 1. Why would x equal 1/2? Because look, I got a -1 up here. I mean, because if you take, oh, look right here, row 2 plus row 1, -2 plus 4. Oh, I took row 3 plus row 1. Oh, so -2 plus 4 should be 2 right here. Oh, there we go. That'll do it. All right. Then we get 2, and so then we get a 1 and a 1 right here. So when we divide a 2 out, we get 1 and 1. Oh, and there we go. That's it. All right. Cool. We are done, finally. 16 minutes, that's all.